Hi everyone, I'm Lango and welcome you all in Grammar in Detail. If you are new and not subscribed the channel, so subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get some more videos about grammar. Today we have got another topic about adjectives that is known as absolute, comparative and superlative degrees of adjectives. Now what do we mean by the word absolute, comparative, superlative degrees? you know when comparative and superlative degrees of adjectives are used and there is no comparison in a sentence, those comparative and superlative degrees are called absolute degrees. Now see, we have already discussed in our previous lectures that comparative degrees of adjectives are used when we compare two persons, places, things or groups, and superlative degrees of adjectives are used when we compare more than two persons, places, things or groups. But absolute comparative degree of adjectives are the opposite of comparative and superlative degrees. There we compare, here we don't compare. Clear? So when comparative and superlative degrees of adjectives are used and there is no comparison, should be in your mind, no comparison in comparative and superlative adjectives both. So the sentence, those sentences of comparative and superlative degrees are called your absolute degrees of adjectives. Clear? Like I say E is better. Now if someone asks that how is his health now, I say E is better. So better, and in superlative I say E is even best. So that is called absolute comparative and superlative degree of adjective, which is not compared with another person, place, thing or group. Now, in the same way, we have got note for that. In the following sentences, better and best are absolute comparative and superlative degrees of adjective. Why? Because better is comparative degree and best is the superlative degree. And here we are not comparing them with other persons. So that's why we would call them the comparative and superlative degrees of adjectives, which are absolute. And why? Because they cannot be used for comparison. In the same way, the faster you go, the sooner you reach. Now this is what they are used as structures. Like, so here comparative degrees of adjectives are not used for comparison. We are saying the faster you go, the sooner you reach, and the more you eat, the more you become fat. Now here the more you eat, the more you become fat. Here they are the absolute comparative degrees of adjective because we are not comparing them. In the same way, we have got different structures like faster and faster. Example is, we are going to school faster and faster, means we are going quite fast in order to reach our destiny. Clear? When you are late and you are running for, you are just afraid of your teacher or your principal, so you will say that we are going to school faster and faster. Next, longer and longer. In summer the days gets longer and longer, means every day the date changes, and in the same way the days get longer and longer, and the nights then get shorter and shorter. Why? Because if you have seen that in the summer our days are quite long, and in winter the days are quite short, and then same is the opposite in winter. Like in winter the days get shorter and shorter, and in the winter the days nights get longer and longer. After that we have got shorter and shorter. In winter the days get shorter and shorter, like this example I gave now. And sooner and sooner. Clear? We have to do the work sooner and sooner, as soon as possible. So for that we will be using such kind of structures. So absolute comparative degrees of adjectives are used in your such kind of sentences like faster and faster, longer and longer, shorter and shorter, sooner and sooner. Clear? Earlier and earlier. So you can use them for different meanings. So hope you got the absolute comparative degrees of adjectives. Wish you best of luck. See you next time with next lecture. Goodbye.